Alright you guys, my very first year as a YouTube critic has come to a close. And with that, means I need to give a very huge thank you to everybody that supported me throughout this entire year. There was a lot of highs and a lot of lows in 2022, so I thought we'd celebrate by revisiting a lot of the highs. So like all other YouTube critics, I decided to list off my top 10 favorite movies of 2022. That being said, I did not see all the movies that came out in 2022, so Everything Everywhere All at Once will not be on this list. People are gonna fucking hate me for that one. But these are just my 10 personal favorites that I saw in the theater in 2022. So let me know in the comments, what are your top 10 favorite movies of 2022? And without further delay, let's dive right on in. Oh, wait a sec. Much better.
Number 10.
Number 10 is a movie that I was really looking forward to that felt like it took ages for it to come out. And when it finally did, it kicked a lot of ass. Bullet Train was just a fun time. When you take the crazy and over-the-top action of John Wick and mix it with the charm and comedy of Deadpool, you get Bullet Train. I laughed so hard during this, and the banter between all the characters is just great. This is the best Tarantino movie that is not a Tarantino movie, and I loved it. Also, extremely violent, like a lot more than I thought it would be. If you're a fan of crazy action comedies, then Bullet Train is just perfect for you.
Number 9.
Next, we have Barbarian. Barbarian was good for a lot of reasons. One, it's probably the most original horror film of the past 5 years. And two, it just managed to creep me out every chance it got. The moment they go under the house, I was just biting my nails. And I just love how ambiguous this movie is because let's face it, like I said, the fear of the unknown is truly the most terrifying thing of all. I saw some really good horror films in 2022, but none were as memorable in my opinion than Barbarian. Plus, Justin Long. He's always a plus. So please go check out Barbarian if you have not. It's a really good watch.
Number 8.
What kind of a list would this be without one Marvel film thrown in? And for me, that's Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. This film had an uphill battle, and in my opinion, it somehow overcame the odds. Not only did it have to deal with the death of its original star, but it also just needed to be a great sequel. And it was. I laughed, cried, cheered, and cried some more while watching this movie. Just great performances from everyone involved, especially Angela Bassett. And a really badass introduction to Namor in the MCU. I really do miss Chadwick, but if he were still here, I really do think he would approve of what Marvel was able to do with this movie. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is definitely worth being owned on Blu-ray, for sure.
Number 7.
In 2018, Bohemian Rhapsody probably would have been on my top 10 list, but in 2022, Elvis definitely deserves to be on this list. Guys, I was never a huge Elvis fan, and I'm not going to stand here and pretend that I was. But after seeing this movie, I am now. Austin Butler is going places, man. Tom Hanks is just an asshole of the highest degree as Tom Parker. This movie was able to celebrate Elvis's life and his legacy by just being fun and entertaining, and being able to show us the man behind the legend. And that's why I own Elvis on 4K.
Number 6.
Next, we have a movie that I think Gordon Ramsay would be able to appreciate very much, and that's The Menu. I thought this movie was going to go 10 different ways, and it managed to outdo all my expectations. It's funny, creepy, and really disturbing at times. But it's also just a really interesting commentary piece about food and critics as a whole. Critics can be douchebags, and sometimes may not always be the experts that they present themselves as. You know, that's pretty ironic coming from a guy that reviews movies on the internet. I knew this movie was going to be on my list the moment someone hung themselves after being told that they're garbage at what they do. Of the movies I saw in 2022, I think The Menu had me rolling the hardest.
Number 5.
No better way to kick off the top 5 than with this motion picture right here. The Batman is indeed my number 5. And I'll admit, I was one of those people that thought this movie was going to be a bigger abomination than any of the Joel Schumacher movies, mainly because of Pattinson being cast as the Caped Crusader. And the Batman made me eat every single negative thought I had going in. I need more movies set in this Batman universe. The dark gothic style of this movie truly brought a version of Gotham to the screen that was just straight out of a comic book. Plus, everyone in this movie is just so damn good. Robert Pattinson's Batman is brutal, vicious, unforgiving, and I love it. And let me tell you guys, I'll never be able to think of Batman ever again without thinking of the score from this movie. Like, holy God. Give me more of this Batman. Like, please.
Number 4.
Next, we have the movie that made my channel explode in 2022, and that movie is RRR. Movies like RRR should make everyone in Hollywood afraid. You know, it was so great to just watch something that was pure entertainment and fun, not something that's boggled down by political and social pandering. SS Rajamouli's name will forever be on my mind because of RRR. RRR just embraces the fun and completely delivers on something that has a lot of heart and just a lot of over-the-top action, plus a dance number for the ages. This is truly an Indian Telugu movie for the ages.
Number 3.
I honestly don't think any movie in 2022 touched me more than The Fablements. As someone who wishes to make movies one day, I just found The Fablements to be very relatable. It's a story about a kid who just dreams of being a filmmaker, but is just constantly being put down and told that he'll never succeed. Fablements also just has a really great message about family and not becoming a slave to our dreams. As people, we all aspire to do great things in life, but we must never forget about the people that truly love us, because in the end, they are truly what's most important. The Fablements really drives that point home. Couple that with an incredible performance from Michelle Williams, and you have my third favorite movie of 2022.
Number 2.
Highway to the danger zone. After watching Top Gun Maverick, that song was in my head for weeks. Still kinda is. Top Gun Maverick had no reason to be as good as it was. At 60 years old, Tom Cruise just continues to prove time and time again why he's truly one of the greatest action stars to ever live. Top Gun Maverick is just a love letter to movies from a bygone era where heroes are larger than life and tell compelling stories where stakes and consequences truly matter. It also just has a lot of heart, dealing with themes of trauma and forgiveness and learning to let go of the past. It's 80s as hell, patriotic as hell, and I love it. Top Gun Maverick was the movie we all deserved and needed in 2022. Now get your aviator glasses and your tanning oil, and let's finish off this list with
Number 1.
Alright, this is it. The movie that stuck with me throughout 2022. No other movie from the past year made me appreciate filmmaking and storytelling more than The Northman. I absolutely adore this movie. Simple in its premise, but that's what makes it so damn good. It's brutal, thought-provoking, and the character performances were some of the best of 2022. Alexander Skarsgård is just an absolute unit of a man that just mows through everybody. And the final showdown at the end of this movie is just nothing short of epic. And the cinematography and attention to detail just leave you completely enthralled in the world and all the culture from Norse mythology. I see why people didn't like this movie, but I still kind of think that the majority of them were on crack. This movie is all about the build-up and just knowing that shit is gonna explode by the end. It's a simple tale about one man's quest for vengeance, and that's why it's my favorite movie of 2022. Well, there you guys have it. Those are my top 10 favorite movies of 2022. Let me know in the comments below, what were your top 10 favorite movies of 2022? If you're wondering, yeah, I finally got a green screen. I got one for Christmas. It's been a pretty huge blessing. I've been experimenting with it for like the past 24 hours. And if you guys are wondering, yes, I will be doing a separate list for what I think are the top 10 worst movies of 2022. Otherwise known as the fun list, because I know you guys are a bunch of sadists. I know you guys are. 2022 was hell of a year, guys, and I once again just want to say thank you guys so much for all your support throughout 2022. The fact that I was able to bounce all the way to 600 subscribers by the end of 2022 is absolutely insane to me. So that's why I'm pronouncing let's shoot for 1,000 subscribers in 2023. I know we can do it. We just gotta keep going, guys. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, I'm the Unbiased Movie Nerd. I'm saying peace, and I will see you guys in 2023. Peace out, everybody.